Welcome to the Best Gaming Keyboards Awards show, where I will be rewarding each of these gaming keyboards with exactly what they deserve. Links to all of these gaming keyboards will be in the description below. Let's go. Most overrated. Razer Black Widow V4 Pro. I've been using the Razer Black Widow V4 Pro for a few weeks now, and honestly I'm not seeing what all the hype is about. Sure, it has that ridiculous 8000Hz polling rate that's supposed to be game-changing, but I couldn't notice any real difference in my gaming sessions. The keyboard is absolutely massive with all that extra macro keys, which might be cool if you're into MMOs, but it just eats up desk space unnecessarily. What really bugs me is that Razer actually removed wireless connectivity from the previous model, who goes backward in 2025. The typing quality is decent enough with the sound dampening phone, but at this price point, I expected way more than just decent. And that USB pass-through implementation requiring a second cable is just lazy design. The GOAT, SteelSeries Apex Pro Gen 3. From the moment I unboxed the SteelSeries Apex Pro Gen 3, I knew the keyboard was something special. The OmniPoint 3.0 Hall effect switches are an absolute game changer. Being able to adjust actuation points from 0.1mm to 4.0mm means I can switch between lightning-fast gaming and comfortable typing with just a few clicks. When I was playing Destiny 2, the rapid trigger feature gave me a noticeable edge in firefights, and the protection mode prevented those annoying accidental key presses that used to get me killed. The build quality is exceptional with the aerospace-grade aluminum frame, and the sound dampening foam makes it whisper quiet even during intense gaming sessions. The smart OLED display is super convenient for making on-the-fly adjustments without having to alt-tab out of games. After trying dozens of keyboards, this is one that finally feels like it was designed specifically for my fingertips. Looks cool, does nothing. Asus ROG Strix Scope 2 96 Wireless. I picked up the Asus ROG Strix Scope 2 96 Wireless because it looked amazing in photos, but after using it for a couple of weeks, I'm pretty underwhelmed. The 96% layout sounds great in theory, but in practice it's just cramped and awkward. I'm constantly hitting the ROM keys during intense gaming sessions. The battery life claims are impressive at 1500 hours with RGB off, but who buys a gaming keyboard to turn off the lighting? With RGB on, it drops to a much more average 90 hours, which is nothing special. The hot-swappable PCB is nice if you're into keyboard modding, but the included ROC and X switches are just okay. Nothing that will blow you away. And don't get me started on the Armory Crate software. It's clunky, frustrating to use, and feels like it was designed a decade ago. It looks cool sitting on my desk, but there are much better options for the price. Most innovative, Wooting 80HE. The Wooting 80HE completely changed my expectations of what a gaming keyboard can do with its Hall effect switches that let me customize actuation points for each individual key. I was blown away by the rapid trigger feature, which resets actuation points dynamically as I release keys, making my movements in FPS games feel instantaneous. The 8000Hz polling rate made every input feel incredibly responsive, and I noticed the difference immediately when counter-strafing in CS2. The build quality is exceptional with options for either plastic or zinc alloy cases, and the gasket mount design gives it this satisfying cushion-typing feel that I didn't expect. The customizable LED light bar is a nice touch, but honestly it's the performance and software customization through Wootility that makes this keyboard worth every penny. Trying too hard, Razer Huntsman V3 Pro TKL. I try to love the Razer Huntsman V3 Pro TKL, especially with all these fancy features like customizable actuation points and rapid trigger mode, but it feels like Razer is desperately trying to catch up to what Wooting has already perfected. While the analog optical switches are impressively responsive and the build quality is solid, I couldn't get over how loud and unpleasant the typing sound was during daily use. The keyboard does have some redeeming qualities, like the included wrist rest and multifunctional dial, but at 219.99 cents, I expected better from what's supposed to be Razer flagship gaming keyboard. The gamepad emulation feature sounds cool in theory, but with only 4mm of total key travel, there just isn't enough room to make it feel natural in racing games or when trying to control walking speed in shooters. The overachiever NeoFi Air 60HE. I was skeptical about how a low-profile keyboard could compete with full-sized Hall effect models, but the NeoFi Air 60HE surprised me at every turn with its incredible 0.1 ms latency at 8000Hz polling rate. The compact 60% layout took some getting used to, but once I configured the Gatoron low-profile magnetic switches to my liking through my intuitive neofi.io web app, I was absolutely flying in games. I particularly love the dynamic keystroke feature that let me assign up to 4 different actions to a single key based on how far I pressed it down. The aluminum frame gives it a premium feel despite being so lightweight, though I did find the stock keycaps a bit slippery and had to swap them out for the included TR keycaps. For 119.99 cents, this little powerhouse delivers performance that rivals keyboards twice its price. Shut up and take my money. Keychron K2HE. I've been testing the Keychron K2HE for a few weeks now, and honestly I can't believe how good this keyboard is for the price. The Hall effect magnetic switches are incredibly responsive and smooth. I barely need the bottom-out keys, which has been saving my fingers during long gaming sessions. The typing experience is phenomenal with pre-looped switches that create this satisfying talky sound without being too loud. Battery life is absolutely insane. I've been using it with my MacBook over Bluetooth and it's lasted well over a week of daily use. What really sold me though is how it handled both gaming and typing equally well. The 1000 Hz polling rate might not be the absolute fastest, but the customizable actuation point and rapid trigger feature make it perfect for my FPS sessions. God tier. LemoKey P1HE. The LemoKey P1HE has completely changed my perspective on what a gaming keyboard can be. This thing is an absolute beast. The full metal body gives it this premium head that keeps it planted on my desk, and the gasket-mounted PCB creates this incredible typing feel that's both responsive and comfortable. Gaming on this keyboard is a revelation. The Hall effect switches let me customize actuation points for different games, and features like rapid trigger and last keystroke prioritization give me a genuine edge in competitive matches. The sound profile is incredibly satisfying thanks to all the sound dampening foam inside, creating this creamy, rounded typing experience that's addictive. Battery life is impressive too. I've been getting nearly 2 weeks of constant use on Bluetooth and around 7 to 10 days when using the 2.4 GHz connection. At $169, it's not cheap, but the build quality and features make it worth every penny. Best bang for your buck. Logitech G515 Lightspeed TKL. I've been using the Logitech G515 Lightspeed TKL for my daily gaming sessions, and it delivers incredible value for what you're paying. The low-profile design makes it super comfortable for long typing sessions, and the pre-looped switches feel surprisingly premium despite the plastic construction. What impressed me most was the battery life. I've been gaming for hours each day and haven't had to recharge it once since I started testing. The RGB lighting is bright and vibrant, making the shine-through keycaps really pop in darker environments. Logitech's G-Hub software is incredibly mature and feature-rich, letting me customize everything from RGB patterns to key assignments and macros without much hassle. While it lacks dedicated media controls, the wireless performance is flawless and the build quality feels much more premium than what you'd expect at this price point. Biggest letdown. HyperX Alloy Origin 60. The HyperX Alloy Origin 60 was honestly such a disappointment for me. While the build quality is solid with a premium metal frame, the stabilizers are just terrible and make typing feel inconsistent. I was initially excited about the compact 60% design-saving desk space, but the learning curve with the F and key combinations was way more frustrating than I expected. The HyperX red switches are fast for gaming, but they're also quite noisy, which drove me crazy during late-night sessions. For productivity, this keyboard is a complete nightmare. I constantly found myself missing those arrow keys and function row. Sure, it's affordable, but there are much better options at this price point that don't sacrifice so much functionality. You tried award. Montech M-Key. The Montech M-Key definitely gets points for effort, but falls short in execution. I really wanted to love the unique aesthetic, especially that Freedom version with the blue Osaka Castle-inspired color scheme that stands out from boring gaming keyboards. The typing experience is surprisingly decent with those pre-looped Gateron switches creating a satisfying sound profile. However, this software situation is a complete mess. I had it downloaded from Mega of all places, and Windows Defender immediately flagged it as suspicious. And the utility itself is bare bones at best, offering minimal customization compared to competitors. While the build quality is solid and the hot-swappable switches are nice, it feels like Montech prioritized looks over functionality, making this a keyboard with great potential but mediocre execution. Most underrated. NZXT Function 2 Mini TKL. The NZXT Function 2 Mini TKL absolutely blew me away and deserves way more attention. This keyboard nails the perfect balance between compact size and functionality. It keeps all the essential TKL keys while maintaining a minimal footprint on my desk. The optical switches are incredibly responsive with an 8000 Hz polling rate, making everything feel lightning fast in games. I'm obsessed with the volume roller on the top left edge, such a small detail but makes adjusting at audio mid-game so convenient. The sound dampening is excellent too. Those dual layers of foam and pre-looped switches create a satisfying, muted typing experience that won't annoy everyone around you. My only real complaint is the limited actuation point customization. Only 2 options when competitors offer more granular control. Despite that minor flaw, this keyboard delivers premium features at a reasonable price point. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. For more videos like this in the future, remember to leave a like and subscribe. Alright, peace out.